Hello everyone, today we're going to be jumping into Explorer with a Song of Creation combo deck. Now Song of Creation, the namesake card of our deck, is a 4-mana enchantment. It lets us play an additional land on each of our turns, and whenever we cast a spell, we're going to draw 2 cards. And then at the beginning of our end step, we're going to discard our hand, but that's not going to matter because we're planning on winning the turn that we play Song of Creation. So, to briefly go over what we've got going on here, we've got Wishclaw Talisman to find the song, we've got Thassa's Oracle to win the game, we've got Impulse to help us dig through our library just a little bit, and then we have a whole bunch of spells that are 0 mana. We've got Mox Ambers, we've got Ornithopters, Crypt, and then Offer You Can't Refuse. We're actually going to be countering our own spells with the Offer to generate 2 treasure tokens. This is turning 1 mana into 2 mana, and that type of mana advantage is actually going to enable us to cast our Thassa. We also have Enter the Unknown. For 1 green, target creature we control is going to explore. That's going to help us filter through the top of our library a little bit more, and the additional land is further going to accelerate us and allow us to cast more spells. So the goal is simple: we get Song of Creation in play, we play out our whole library, drawing 2 cards at a time, casting all these 0 mana spells, and then we cast our Thassa to win the game. Over in the mana base is fairly simple. We've got a whole bunch of lands in all of our colors. Now we do have that splash of black for Wishclaw, so we have Mana Confluence. We also have Crystal Grotto. This is fine mana fixing, and the Scry Trigger is going to be great for us filtering through those top decks. Now, if you have any ideas for any other decks you'd like to see me play, make sure you leave a comment down below. And if you enjoy the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's go ahead and hit the ladder. Okay, here we go. This looks like a good starting hand. We're gonna go ahead and keep. Start with a tapped green pool. We draw another Song of Creation that offers us some redundancy. Very good. Alright. Our opponent is definitely on an aggro deck. Let's go ahead and play our pathway on red. We'll be able to hold up Impulse. Hopefully we'll find our 4th land that way. Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and grab our coast. End the turn. Then next turn is going to be the big one for us. Our opponent is tapped out. We've only got 3 life left, but that's going to be enough. Let's go ahead, cast our Song of Creation. Then we'll play our additional land, Confluence, go into full control. And then we'll pay an additional life, go down to 1, and make our treasures. Right, Ornithopter. Draw some more cards. Ornithopter, draw some more cards. Giving us the most options. Alright, we're gonna pay 1 treasure to get an additional land drop. Gonna keep that on our library. Okay, we're gonna add a green land. This is gonna give us an additional land drop here. Okay. Get another land. Now we're gonna play a blue land. Stay in our full control mode. Let's go Bonesaw Offer. We do draw another offer here. So let's go ahead and Mox Amber. Offer the Mox Amber. Then we up at 4 treasure tokens. This puts us in a great spot. Okay, yep, plenty of cards. Let's go Tormod's Crypt. Offer. Plenty of treasures. And with Impulse in hand, we'll be able to get through any dead draws. Alright, let's exit full control mode here, and now all we're looking to do is get down to low enough so we can win with Thassa. Alright. Treasure. We're gonna play out another green one so we can play out our Into the Unknown. Yep, keep that on the library. Good draw. There's our green land. Gonna have another land drop. Good. Stays on the library. 15. 13. 11. 9. 7. 5. 3. And then we will draw off the Thassa before the trigger. So with 3 cards in our library, we're gonna go ahead and cast the Thassa. And we've got it, alright. Okay, here we go. We've got Song, we've got Talisman. Not a lot of free spells, but any hand with Song is gonna be worth keeping. We're on the draw as well. So let's go ahead and keep here. I'm gonna start with our Crystal Grotto so we can scry. Alright, Bonesaw, that's fine. Drawing a free spell is good for us. Next turn, I'm gonna go ahead and play out the Confluence and the Talisman. If opponent has a Braid, they'll be tapping out to deal with the Talisman, and we have Song in hand. That's completely fine by me. Opponent plays Fable. Now, let's see. I think the best way to go about this is we're gonna play the Thassa this turn. And let's go ahead and take the Crystal Grotto for next turn. By presenting the Thassa early, we might actually get a concede when we play out our Song of Creation. It's also good to filter for more lands. You don't care if they remove the Thassa. Alright, opponent plays Creativity. Creativity for Atraxa. Honestly, this is fine. Right, opponent plays Thoughtseize. Gets rid of our Song. We still have Wishclaw Talisman, though. Let's go ahead, play the Grotto. Perfect, that's gonna be all the mana we need to cast our Song next turn. And we're actually gonna guarantee this. We're gonna draw that land. And we're gonna go ahead and activate our Wishclaw Talisman to get a Song. No attacks. End the turn. If opponent draws into a Thoughtseize, they'll be able to get us here. If they use the Talisman, we'll be able to get a backup.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it.
Sure.
My thing.
You sacrifice the Thassa.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Okay, well, we're gonna go for it here. Here's our Song of Creation. Let's start with the Ornithopter. Okay. Bonesaw. Next Ornithopter. There we go. Play the coast. Go into control. One of the very important things when playing this deck is to not take risky plays when our opponent has mana up and we're trying to draw cards. Enter the Unknown on a creature that can be destroyed might pose a serious problem for the deck and shut down our draw. Let's go ahead and cast another Ornithopter. That's why we're saving Enter the Unknown for last here. Okay. Gonna play our land. Now we're gonna cast Enter the Unknown. We'll keep up a Bonesaw, so that way we can counter it if necessary. With our offer. Yep, looks good. We get an additional land drop. This will go in the graveyard. We don't need a Wishclaw. It's a very good hit there. Alright, let's go ahead and play out the Mox Amber. Draw some cards. And we get our offer. Let's go ahead and play our Steam Vents. We'll tap that. In control, Bonesaw, and offer to counter it. We now have 4 treasure tokens. This is gonna be plenty, 27 lands. But we can do it again anyway, so let's go Mox Amber. Counter it. This will give us 1 extra treasure token. Make it even harder to fall behind here. We're gonna draw 4 cards off that. And there's no reason not to do it again, so let's go for it. Tormod's Crypt. Offer. The more mana, the better. Now, they might be holding on to a removal spell, thinking that they can use it on the Thassa. That won't be working. Let's go Enter the Unknown here. And we get our Thassa. That can stay on our library. Stone Coil. 15 cards left. Conjuring. And Bonesaw. Ornithopter. Okay, down at 5. This will bring us down to 3. And then we do have to remember that we're going to draw 2 cards, so we have to play Thassa here. Draw 2. 1 card in hand. Get Thassa in the trigger. Perfect. And we got it. Alright. On to the next game. Alright. Opponent goes first, putting us on the draw. Being on the draw is fine by me. We are going to take a mulligan here, though. Keep these 6. Bottom one of the Mox Ambers. Opponent starts with a Thoughtseize. See if he takes Wishclaw. Maybe he takes the Mox Amber. I think he'll take the Wishclaw, though. It would make the most sense. Alright. Let's not lose any life to Stomping Ground here. Next turn we'll be able to scry off the Grotto. Right, Grotto. Alright, well, there's another Wishclaw Talisman. We'll go ahead and keep that on top. End the turn. Next turn, we'll be able to filter with the Grotto and cast the Talisman. Alright, so we're playing into Greasefang. No vehicles in his graveyard yet, though. It's good for us. Let's see if he plays out the Informant. Now we actually do run main board Graveyard Hate in terms of Tormod's Crypt. Opponent decides to Thoughtseize again. Nothing really good for them to take here. I think the worst thing for us would be Mox Amber, but it functionally shouldn't matter what they pick. Yep. That's fine. There's Wishclaw. Now we do have an additional option where we can use Wishclaw to go ahead and find Tormod's Crypt. That's going to slow our opponent down significantly, because they'll have to play fairly. Alright. They get rid of the Wishclaw. Still no vehicles. Scrying off the Grotto. That'll go on the bottom. If our opponent wants to play slowly, we can start developing threats. Alright, moving on.
A fight? And you think you can win?
He'll have us sacrifice the Serpent. That's fine.
Ah, one of your friends has to leave.
Alright. No need to not shock that in. Let's go ahead, X5, play the Conjuring. We're in a very unique position here. Alright. Alright, takes the Informant. Okay, he does play a Greasefang.
We all have things we'd rather.
See if his last card was a vehicle. It was not. Alright, play a Grotto and Scry. Song of Creation on top. I'm perfectly fine keeping that. Let's see how badly he cares about keeping a Greasefang. Alright, that's fine. We get rid of the Greasefang. He can use Can't Stay Away to bring it back. Our opponent may not choose to have us sacrifice it. Let's see. But next turn we'll be casting our Song of Creation for sure. Alright, opponent connives. Gets rid of a Chariot. Interesting. In my mind, it would have made more sense to cast the Chariot, but we'll see. We have no cards in hand. Maybe they sack the Lily here. Nope. They're just waiting. Let's go ahead and play out our Song of Creation. No attacks. And no fear about discarding our hand. We are going to have to get lucky here to get the win. Alright, Greasefang. This is fine. Alright, Hard Healing.
You won't be outsmarting me.
They'll be able to swing in for 16 here. Notably not enough to kill us. With 2 life left, I'm actually okay taking all of this damage. We're either going to draw a card that's going to enable us to chain off and win next turn, or we won't. I want to keep the Conjurant just so we can cast our... Nope. Looks like we're not going to get it. That's totally fine. Okay, we can find a better starting hand than this. Here we have the Talisman, but no way to cast it. We do have Enter the Unknown, though, so let's go ahead and keep these 6. This will give us some early ramp. Opponent's playing a Hardened Scales deck. Alright, library. This is pretty good for us. Opponent plays out a Pelt Collector and an Iron Apprentice. Okay, I am going to elect to explore again here. Alright, we do have enough mana to cast the song now. If we get very lucky, we'll be able to win next turn. Okay, there's Obel. I mean, we'll block the 2. No need to take extra damage. Right. Crystal Grotto. Let's go ahead and scry here. Some Mana Confluence on top. We can keep that here. We're gonna play it slow. Not too threatened yet. Alright. Take another 3, down to 14. Okay. Now, our opponent has left up mana. That's a little concerning. So, we're just gonna go ahead and end our turn. Now, we could use Wishclaw to find a free spell to accelerate us. But there's no reason to do that yet. We still have plenty of life, and our opponent hasn't been able to get their blockers in order. Alright, well, now we're gonna go for it. Okay, we're gonna use our Crystal Grotto to activate Wishclaw. Here we're gonna get Offer You Can't Refuse. Now, in full control, cast our Bonesaw and our Offer. This is gonna let us draw 4 cards. And hopefully we'll be able to stabilize here. Alright. Let's go ahead and cast our Amber, draw some more. Oh, we can do it again. Worst case scenario, we're gonna have to cast our... Okay, well, looks like we got it. Alright, now this looks like a good starting hand. We'll go ahead and keep. It's got everything we're looking for. And we drew a backup Song of Creation. There's some resiliency against Thoughtseize if they're playing a Rakdos deck, but it looks like they're on mono red. Alright, so they're playing the deck with Ember Cleave. Right. We get a Wishclaw. I'm actually perfectly fine with them choosing to play that. Go ahead and end the turn here. We'll be able to Impulse on their turn. Yep, there's another Robber. Alright. Okay. Down at 12. Go ahead and cast Impulse. We're gonna take the Offer here. Pass the turn. Next turn's gonna be the big one for us. We should have everything we need to be successful. Hopefully our opponent's gonna tap down for one of those Wishclaws. But we'll see. Alright. We're down at 5. Gonna be at 4 because of Mana Confluence. Plays the Ornithopter. Okay. Plays a talisman, maybe? Alright, I think I'm okay with the stomp here. No lightning bolts to worry about. Alright, we do not want to draw the grotto. Now let's... Song of Creation. Blue land, go into full control. Bonesaw and counter it. If they had a way to kill us, we would be dead already. 2 treasure tokens. Alright. Let's go ahead and start with our serpent. Amber. There's a crypt. Ornithopter. There's another Ornithopter. Okay. Now let's crypt and counter it. Okay. Play the Conjurant. Bonesaw. Crypt. There's a Conjurant. Crypt. Bonesaw. Down to 13 cards. Let's play our Amber. Keep this one. Amber again. Alright. Enter the unknown. That can stay in our library. Let's go ahead and do it again. Alright, there's a blue land. Ornithopter. 2 cards in our library, and now all we have to do is grab our Thassa. Draw 2. No cards in our library. And that's a win. Alright, this looks like a great starting hand. We'll go ahead and keep. We've got Wishclaw to find the card we need. Let's start with the Confluence. Go ahead and end the turn. Alright, so we do want to be wary of a potential Thoughtseize. End the turn here. Alright, probably playing into Greasefang. Just based on the lands. Alright, well, there's another offer. Go ahead and have this enter tapped. Then I'm just gonna activate in advance. Gonna grab this. Then I'm also gonna go into full control and counter this box for some extra treasures. Now we're definitely going to be able to cast our song next turn. If we're lucky, our opponent is going to use the Wishclaw. Alright, opponent plays Lily. Actually, okay, discarding a card here.
This might finish before brunch.
Get rid of one of our
We
offers.
all have things we'd rather forget.
Alright. Well, we'll go ahead and shock this thing. Keep all of our treasures. Start drawing some cards. Couldn't have asked for a better draw. Alright. Turning our treasure into more treasures. And we do have the Ornithopter, so let's go ahead and crack a treasure. This will give us an extra land drop. Keep that on top of the library. We want to keep drawing. Now play our green land and use it for Enter the Unknown again. Keep that on top of the library. We already have a creature, so let's go ahead and get rid of the Stone Coil. Alright, play out another Ornithopter. We have our Thassa now. Crypt. Alright. I'm gonna play the Grotto here. Good thing. Scry that down to the bottom. Play out our Crypt. Draw some more cards. Ornithopter for some more cards. Alright, let's go Veil so we can Enter the Unknown. Okay, we've got our next Thassa, that stays on top. 25 cards. Okay. Alright. Green land. Enter the Unknown once more. Let's keep getting those land drops. That'll stay on top since it's free. Perfect. I'm just gonna crack this right now, just for fun. Slow them down because they're playing Greasefang. Okay, draw some more cards. Mana Confluence is a free land here. Now we are gonna have to pick a non-free spell that we want to cast. I think we're gonna go for Impulse here. This will do a better job of setting us up. Alright. Impulse for Offer is perfect. Back into full control. Let's Bonesaw. Offer that. That way we'll be paying 1 treasure to get 2. And with 10 cards left in our library, it's looking like we're going to be able to get there. Alright. Yep. 6. 4. 4 cards left. 2 cards. And then Thassa after this, and we've got it. Alright. Let's do it. There we go. Alright, this looks like a great starting hand. We're gonna go ahead and keep that for sure. Start with the Tapped Coast. Next turn we have Confluence Talisman. Playing into a mono white deck, this is good. They're not going to have too much interaction. Now the important thing for us is going to be hitting our land drops. Which we will. Let's go ahead and Scry first. Free spell, that's going to be great. That's 2 more cards to look through next turn. Go ahead and end. Next turn we're going to be able to cast our song. Alright, and opponent's tapped out. Couldn't have asked for better myself. Let's go ahead and cast our song. I'm going to start with the Stone Coil Serpent. Draw 2. Conjure it. Draw 2. Alright. We've got a blue land that we can play now. This will be great, depending on what we draw. Alright, we do have Offer, so let's go play out our island, and then we're gonna go into full control. Go Bonesaw, counter it. That's gonna be just the extra boost of mana that we're gonna need to be successful here. Alright, no creatures. Let's go ahead and activate our Wishclaw Talisman. And we're going to do that to get ourselves an Ornithopter. There we go. Now, we've got our Crypt and our Offer. Let's get back some mana. Two Enter the Unknowns here. 3, alright. Well, let's go ahead and cast one of these on our Ornithopter. Drawing a bunch of songs. Ornithopter stays on our library. Let's go ahead and play green land so we can do that again. Draw 2. Alright, look at that. Another green land, another Enter the Unknown. We're still going to be able to have access to all of our blue mana with another land drop. Let's put that in the graveyard. We're not going to want to cast that. Alright, let's play another Mox Amber here. Okay, keep this one. Conjure it. Ornithopter. Another Ornithopter. Okay, we do have an offer here. Let's go ahead and shock in a breeding pool for Enter the Unknown one more time. Alright, he'll stay on the library. 13 cards left. Back into full control. Actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and play a blue land. Okay, yes, we are going to cast this, and we're going to offer it. Alright, plenty of treasures now. 9 cards. So it'll bring us down to 7. 5. We've got the game here. Okay, 3 cards, and then let's go ahead and play out the Thassa for the win. Alright, good game. Alright, I hope you all enjoyed. Like we saw there, Song of Creation is very good at winning the turn that you can cast it. You can draw through your entire library and get to that combo win most of the time. Now you do of course run into the issue that this is a non-deterministic combo. There's a chance that you'll draw 4 lands in a row, 6 lands in a row, something like that, and that will shut down your card draw and won't let you filter down to the bottom, and then you'll have to discard your whole hand. You can even lose your Thassa in your hand that way and not have a combo out to win, and be forced to try and play for a weird creature angle, which is less than ideal. Additionally, we are a little weak to Thoughtseize effects. Early Thoughtseizes can really disrupt our hand and push us far enough back into the game where our opponent with a small threat is going to be able to get to that win. But when we win quickly and we win hard, so it's always good to take aggressive mulligans to try and find a good starting hand. Don't be afraid of using Offer You Can't Refuse to accelerate your mana so you can get that Song of Creation out faster and go for the win, because the quicker you go for it and the less time your opponent has to interact, the better it's going to end up going for you. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and thank you for being here. I'll see you all next time.